common sense, something that we expect from all the living creatures. And why do we need it? Because it gives us the kind of sense to reason, to communicate, to think about in the right way. And it is not some sophisticated knowledge. It is the basic sense. That's why it is known as common sense. But it needs the kind of sophisticated mechanism at the backside to make it really common. Now, the point is that this common sense is not limited to humans only. Now, it is supposed to be done or supposed to be taken care of by machines also. Because we are in the era of artificial intelligence. And when you are having the artificial knowledge, the artificial thinking, then there should be sort of artificial common sense. And we are terming it the artificial common sense, but still it is a kind of common sense only, which is generated based on the reasoning patterns. Now, when we are in AI age, then this common sense reasoning is supposed to be a human-like ability to make presumptions about the type and essence of ordinary situations human encounter every day. So, as I was telling you that like we humans or the living entities do the sort of everyday judgments, everyday decisions, same sort of things. If the machine is making or doing the same sorts of decisions, then it is termed as common sense. Now, these assumptions may include the kind of judgments about the nature of physical objects, taxonomic properties, or the people's intentions. And these are some of the related definitions and characteristics given by Wikipedia, where the common sense knowledge includes the basic facts about events, and if there are events, respective actions will also be there. Their respective effects, the kind of facts about the knowledge, etc., etc. Then the common sense knowledge differs from the encyclopedic knowledge in that it deals with the general knowledge rather than the details of a specific entity. So hope you understand the difference between the encyclopedic knowledge and the common sense knowledge, because common sense knowledge is a kind of essence of something. For example, you have taken raw facts from hundreds of websites, then you have mugged it up, and then you have just sort of vomited out somewhere. It's a different sort of thing, because it is not common sense means you have not concluding anything. You are just have mugged up something and you are just writing over or speaking something like a machine. But when you are concluding something, doing the right sort of analysis, making something sensible out of a raw pool of data, then it is a kind of common sense. Then common sense knowledge is real world knowledge that can provide a basis for additional knowledge to be gathered and interpreted automatically. That's the quite interesting part. Then the common sense world consists of time, space, physical interaction, people, and so on. Many entities or the many factors are included. Then common sense is all the knowledge about the world that we take for granted but rarely state out loud. Then the common sense is broadly reusable background knowledge that is not specific to a particular subject area, knowledge that you ought to have. So these are some specific characteristics, or you can say the kind of basic definitions of common sense. But still, the common sense knowledge, you may have your own definition. These are not limited to. So the NYU professor characterizes the common sense knowledge as what is the typical 7-year-old knows about the world. And whatever the little infant or the little children do to have the right sorts of thing, for example, touching something, sensing something, taking some decision, taking little steps based on their reasoning behind the mind, means they are perceiving the kind of inputs through their sensors, and then they are taking small steps or small decisions to move in a particular direction or crawl or something like that. All these things are coming from common sense. So common sense reasoning problems, they have discussed with that why it is considered a kind of problem, and why the AI lacks means most of the related things like we human perceive automatically. Then the common sense knowledge problem they have discussed, and they have discussed the kind of issues like object recognition, machine translation, text mining. So these are the sort of things that they have discussed in detail. If you are interested, you can go through. Then common sense in intelligent tasks, that is important, because many times the systems are supposed to do the intelligent task, but if there is no common sense, means these are just based on the stated facts, then it becomes useless. You need to take multiple rules and regulations. For example, to make a task intelligent, to make a machine or robot intelligent, you frame multiple rules. But then you need to deduce, you need to conclude the right kind of knowledge out of those rules, and then takes the form of the common sense. And it is used in a number of fields, including the computer vision, robotic manipulation, etc., etc. Then coming to the success in automated common sense reasoning, there are multiple different options that you are given and discussed over here. Then the approaches and techniques are discussed. A lot more things are available. You are interested, you can go. Keeping video short, we are directly jumping onto some of the repositories, GitHub repositories, where you can have the kind of availability of kind of libraries or the applications which might be useful in common sense reasoning related related research or sort of projects. So here we have the Google Research BERT, which is a kind of popular option, and this is the release of 24 smaller BERT models they have discussed over here. And they are saying that the standard BERT recipe they are discussing, and it is effective with wide range and the model sizes beyond BERT base and BERT large. Then coming to the specific discussions, they are all giving you the option to download all 24 from the link given over here, and individually from the table you can just download them. Additionally, they have taken the different models with respect to different parameters, and then they are discussing the kind of corresponding glue scores. And moving down, they must have also given the kind of citation information down there. Long information is here. So again, the kind of where is the citation? One. Yeah. So here is the citation, and it's coming from the archive paper. Okay. So you are supposed to cite this ethically if you are using the BERT or the related libraries, and all the models which are discussed over here are quite tested by hundreds of people, hundreds of papers, and that's why these are becoming quite important. Additionally, they have taken the squared and some of the related data sets, squared 1.0, 2.0, and these data sets we have also discussed in our database series. So if you are interested, you can go down and see that. Then some out of memory issues and the other related issues they have discussed. All the things means lot of things are available over here. You can just go and have it. Secondly, we have the multilingual T file. Then MT5 multilingual. I'm standing for the multilingual T5 is separate. So in short, MT5. And it is massively multilingual pre-trained text-to-text transformer model. So if you are interested, then you can go and see the look onto the kind of training, fine-tuning. Then the result sections and the kind of languages they have covered, quite a range of languages they have covered over here. So this particular corpus is covering 101 languages. So quite wide coverage. And obviously, if you are a person of machine language translation or NLP, then definitely this is must be of interest to you. Then the number of different models they have discussed over here, and you can see the different sorts of results which are achieved over here. Then coming on to the training, fine-tuning, how to use. So this is the citation information, and all the related things I think have been covered. Moving further, we have the basic understanding of some of the related things, which and the things are available on Google Scholar, because in Google Scholar we may have some number of papers, and in number of papers you can discuss the kind of data sets or the techniques which have been used with respect to common sense reasoning. So just put down the word common sense reasoning. You'll find a lot of papers, filter out based on your interest of time of period. Then if you're interested in the server or something, you can do like that also. So this first paper we are getting communications of the ACM, well-known periodical, and here we are going to just open the ACM PDF. So we are being directed to the digital library of ACM. Here you have the review article, and it is going to give you good amount of information. It's a good paper, good enough citations. Additionally, the good writing they have covered over here. I have gone through it already. If you are interested, you can go also. So who is taller? They are normally means introduction means they have written in a very interesting way. because in a kind of traditional paper you don't see these sort of writings, and when you have the kind of review article, especially the magazine articles, then these sort of writing and these sort of abstract comes into picture. So interesting discussions, interesting snaps, all the things they have given over here, and you are supposed to go through it, and you'll have right sort of conclusion after reading it. And as a basic starting researcher, it's always important to find some of the good survey or the review papers, and this is one of them. So I highly recommend this. So go to it, and it's a 12 pages paper, so not very lengthy paper. You can go it easily through in 1 or 2 hours, and it will be quite of immense use. So that's all from my side. Additionally, if you are interested, then you can go through and find some of the more related papers which are available on the archive, or they are available on the respective websites in the PDF forms, because some of the papers are open access, so it's not an issue even if you don't have the subscription. So hope it helps in your basic research or in the early career start in the field of research, if you are early career research. If you didn't like anything, please do comment below and let us know what can be done to improve the videos further. We'll definitely try to consider your comments. Thanks for watching. Happy learning.